catch it back on the replay. I said, let's do the ride to work. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Now and later. Top of the morning to you.
Beat money.
We're sitting at 52 degrees on a clear morning. My name is Kazon. I said Kazon, not Kazan. That's my father and son on that. My name is Kazon. And I'm in charge of the K Factor. Good morning, MZJEJ. The ride to work. The ride home from work. Maybe you're like me and you're off. Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. Those are the off days.
Beat money.
Oh man, I had my double screen up. It was left on the end. And this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is not the end. I'm talking about it's not the end. This is the beginning.
Beat money. Beat money.
We were in court late last night. Didn't we do so, MZ? Top of the morning to you, Mo girl. Top of the morning to you. I asked about you last night. You. Motions were being filed. Motion were being denied.
Beat money.
Them justices must be Republicans and they conservative. I've been like that many times myself, Mo. I almost called the quits. Then I had to remember I'm the K Factor. There's no, we can't do that. It was hot in there too, boy. I kept trying to readjust my tie. My lens popped out right on mid-camera. At least In court, one of the objectives of the game is to try to get one up, try to bring something to the table before the other side do. That way you get it out there and get it over with. Well, I did that. And my lens popped right out in the middle of my show. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's all fun and games. When we're said and done, each one of us go back into our life. Don't do me like that, MZ. You got to come back and say, and K Factor stood firm too. Yes, y'all did. No, hold on, let me go first. Yes, y'all did stand firm. Yes, y'all did. But me did too. Believe or belief. Hold those two words right there for me. Believe and belief. Meaning, I don't know if this is truth, but I'm willing to accept a body of knowledge, a body of literature, folklore, mythology. I'm checking you out down there, right? I'm willing to accept that to stir me in the direction of truth. So, therefore, I believe y'all still 99% right. I believe y'all believe that. Which leads to K Factor, you did stand firm too with your 1%. Okay, I'm going to take that 1% because that's better than nothing. Right now, Nesto don't have nothing. I'm better than he is right now.
Beat money.
I do too, Mo girl. I don't, it's like they got him up as a, like, not connected to humans. Like, I don't know, like, he operating on some type of level that's way up there beyond the normal level that we operate on. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Top of the morning. My name is Kazon. I'm in charge of the K Factor. Anytime, any questions or concern, you can always email me at kazon@gmail.com. That's it. No numbers, no underscore, no dash here. My first name, kazon@gmail.com. It was ordained that way from birth. You just don't know. I almost was going to be named Elmo the Third. Now, can you imagine that? Elmo. I'm just playing Pops and Grandpa. I'm just playing. Pay me no mind. Y'all caught me in the middle of having a spell there for a second. My father got on to me too about making fun of his name. When I thanked him for allowing my grandparents to come in and give me my first and middle name, my father felt some type of way. Him said, boy, what's wrong with Elmo? I said, nothing. I wished I could have learned Nesto's laugh. If I had Nesto's laugh or that fourth or fifth personality of Sonya's laugh, it would have been timely. Anyway, let's get ready to find our disclaimer. We never know where we're going to go, so we believe in covering our hiney up over here. It is top of the morning, Friday, November the 14th, 2025. We're sitting at about 52 degrees, they say, outside on a clear here on the Gulf Coast in Pensacola, Florida, where I reside. I'm originally from a little town called Orange, New Jersey, not West Orange. My father was from East Orange. I'm from Orange. And we're right outside of Newark, New Jersey. We could walk it if we wanted to. With that being said, they say that the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, this content is used for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use is use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All rights belong to their respective owners. That, ladies and gentlemen, was our disclaimer. Yeah. Yes, Mo girl. So this could have been Elmo's world for real. Yes. Yes, it could. I would have been Elmo the third. My father is a junior, which means his father was a senior. It makes pretty good though when I'm doing my genealogy or I'm teaching my son. I'm a senior. My son is a junior. But my son pronounces the name Kazan. My father said Kazan. I'm going to just sit that over there. I'm just going to sit that to the side. And let me remind you, we're talking about my name now.
Beat money.
I'm just going to jump in. I know you were talking to Mo Girl on that one. Today, November the 14th, 2025, Nesto has accepted that web he weaved. That's where he's at. Right about now, he doesn't really know, truthfully, how he feels. But I know this much. Without a shadow of a doubt, he know he feels. I will check that out. I tell you what, give me a brief second. I want to make a note of that right now. Yeah, right now. Yup. Short and tragic life of Robert. It's going to come to me. I can remember the first, the police had unalived Daryl Walker was his name for running a red light and little short chase, and they unalived the brother. That's my most earliest time I can remember of me walking into like politics, care, and love for our people. The second thing, abuse me. I'm from there. However, I became a man in a little town called Troy, Alabama. So see, my story went different. I was born in the North, and then later, after my mom met a guy, I moved to the South. That's different. That's different when you were born in the South and you moved to the North. It's a different vibe. It's a different shift. It's a major shift too. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Anyway, I'm from Gary, Indiana. Yeah, I think I remember you telling me that, Mo. And there was I know you told me somebody else, what was that, Prince or Michael Jackson and them, I think, are from there. But it did come to me. I have a good friend of mine. Mysteriously, something happened in 2010, and his name was Josh Brown. He was in the military, and he got out or finished out here in Pensacola. But anyway, that's the reason why when I saw that, I couldn't put one and two together, but I got it together now. Mother, okay. Anyway, yes, I definitely in that particular time and pushed back the MZ a little bit. That man showed every symptom. You have to take the fluff out of it. I understand some people can't do that. Some people can't take the fluff out of it. It is what it is. They feel what they feel, and that's it. They zero in. I operate a little differently. I look for what, and I don't even know if this is a word or not, the commonalities as a human. But anyway, Mo, yeah, court was deep last night. But this morning, and we're going back into court. I'm gonna cross-examine Dre. And I'm letting you know right now, I'm gonna question his friendship to Nesto. Because in my humble opinion, for a few minutes, Dre got drugged into the limelight. And I do not think ever before in his life, we're not talking about his money. We're talking about Dre now, right this second. We're not diving into anything like that. I'm talking about this, what did they say? This 35-year friendship. Did not Dre tell him, Nesto, we done been through a lot. We done seen a lot. But we ain't never let no woman came in between us. Didn't he say that, right? He also came back and told him, he almost like they did a Dion. He said, he called her a woman, but he said, if he hadn't been on there and know those calls weren't being recorded, he will say something, he would call her something else. Okay. But while Dre was in the limelight, operating under the banner of Team Shirley, I think it's up for questioning. I think in that moment of him being in the limelight, he tripped out on this boy, and he should have knew better too. He should have knew better. But nevertheless, we'll see. We'll see what the courts come up with. All I could do was file the motion. let the justices take a look at it. Either they're going to hold it over for indictment, or it's going to be a dismissal. A dismissal. It'd be a dismissal. K Factor, Mo Girl. And I agree on the type of love we think Nesto developed for Sonya. Not love deep in the heart like you think he. And I think right there, MZ, I think what you're really saying is we're more together on this. Even if you want to call it, I agree on the part where you wrote, I agree on the type of love. Type of love. That's a preposition, a phrase there, right? We think Nesto developed for Sonya. Well, I think it's Yana MZ. I think I have shown countless of evidence. And I know we're still in, and I mean that is still open. That's still open, right? Even though I'm gonna deal with Dre. I'm thinking hopefully this evening could possibly be pushed to tomorrow, but I doubt it. That type of love that is still open. And that's all I'm saying. Even if you want to call it that type of love, whatever the next word would be that we could put in the box and circle it, that we could say we agree, you know what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about. So therefore, Your Honor, if you look up in our chat, you gotta change my 1%, and you must change that 99%, Your Honor. No problem, Mo. No problem. You hey, listen. What you typed, you gave me enough. So you Gucci. You're good. Hang on in there with us. You get a moment to slide in, slide in. Nevertheless, MZ, on the for real, that man sold everybody out that he's been knowing for years. Done ate off the same plate. Hell, possibly dried off with the same towel. All of that down the drain for his feelings and his emotions he had for Sonya. Sonya, on the other hand, is not no FUBU to the game of men. Now, because I'm a man, that's as far as I can take it. I'm not a woe man. Only another woe man can dive deep enough into her inner self and keep it a buck, keep it 100, keep it for real, would react under certain situations. Or you know someone that carries a, listen, the Sonyas, they out there. If you listen real deep to her, and she's into guys that's really 20 years her minus, Her words. Her words. Furthermore, let you know, she moving a little sharp with the tongue, with her motion. I mean, you do realize that almost every guy on Nesto's team, she done came at a certain way, a trigger to get a reaction out of them. I mean, goodness gracious, she's sitting on the phone with Lamont, and they basically getting a kick out of the fact that Nesto's trying to call. Then she comes back and snitch and tell Nesto, yeah, I was on the phone. Yeah, we was on the phone then when you was trying to call him then. I mean, I already told you. This internet, this YouTube, it will not allow me to really explain to you how I might have dealt with the situation. However, Nesto being Pimp Nesto, chicks come dime to a dozen to him. He gets to pick from the litter. He said that Shirley said that he told Shirley, you're right. I'm not normal. Did they not say that, Your Honor? Right? That's Dong Wong Nesto. I'm gonna come back and read it. I'm gonna come back and read it in 1 second more, but I'm gonna pull one thing that I just seen up on that screen. That black bag. What a black bag. A few minutes ago, I was explaining how I was born in New Jersey and up to about 12 or 13, meaning if I went back to Jersey right now, I'm not going to get lost, right? I'm not going to get lost. They might have done built some new stuff, tore down some old stuff, but my natural's going to take over. And as long as they didn't do away with the street, I'm good. Just a few little markers. I became a man in Alabama, though. You know what I mean? That's the South. Georgia is in the South. Even though Atlanta's a city in the South, those towns, such as Troy, it's 45 minutes from Montgomery. You catch it on a good day and the state trooper's not out there, you could pop from Troy to Montgomery in about 20, 25 minutes, pushing. Right? I do remember him saying that, Mo. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna catch the chat in 1 second here. Let me paint this picture as I be cautious in how I articulate this. The sisters in Alabama, no matter where you went, there's a rule to the game. The sisters will tell you they prefer a man tall or at least taller than them. I mean, didn't Angela Rye, I think that's her last name, the little basketball girl? That's the first thing she said out of her mouth. Whoever she dates, they got to be 6'7", 6'8", or better. So that's my one piece of evidence. Small guy. Especially when, if you listen to Nesto, if you got a hut gut, they call it, you understand? That's automatically fat. And he advocates for himself in staying fit. Sonya said something to the fact of, she said two things. She said, I like your walk. And I could pick your walk out of anywhere. I said, I could relate to that. I've heard some people tell me that in my life. Tell you something else too. I never heard of this in New Jersey. Never came up. Never gave it a thought till I moved to the South. And while in the South, and I'm still am in the South, even though Florida was a free state, but that's another story for another day. I've heard females over the years say, Kazon, you're bow-legged. Hey, Isis. Hey there. And I said, what? They said, yeah. And then I almost ought to call my classmates up. I ought to write them real quick to see if I can use their name. And other classmates told other classmates, he is. I didn't know what in need they were talking about. I never heard of anything of the such while in New Jersey. Never heard it. Tell you something else too. While in New Jersey, I never, ever, ever heard anybody play the skin game amongst our own people. Never heard of that. I did not know that within Negro Nation, American descendants of slavery, i.e., I hate this one, I hate this because you're not an adjective, Black American, I did not know that we played a skin game. I did not know that there was a difference other than the skin of a person on the lighter side was somehow better than a person that's on the dark side. Or I had one brother to tell me, okay, I could not be caught with a dark-skinned sister. I said, son, can you tell me what you talking about? Like, where do you draw the line? Nesto to Sonya and Sonya to Nesto. At that time, in that day, was different. But it was a good different. And Sonya showed enough sharpen him. Did she not say she gave it to him on the second day? No doubt. Like I'm gonna come back to that, Mo. Oh, there's a witness up in this thing now. Oh, there's a witness up in here. Sonya was accustomed to dating dudes 20 years her minus. And here she is on the second day doing whatever they did, however they did. If she said, let me look in the black bag and pick out something, she could have told him, look, you pick out one thing, I'll pick out one thing. Hell, I don't know. I ain't riding around with no damn black bag with no, I don't know. The hell? But she gave it to him on the second day. Hey, listen, call it what you want to call it. A man in his 50s who been told certain things about himself, and he handy with the females. He's so handy that he could pick from the litter. I don't have to, I don't have to go. I can pass over the Walmart worker, the manager of McDonald's. Hell, I think at one time, although I could be wrong, was he not fooling around with a teacher? So if he could pick from the litter, meaning I could start in a certain class bracket, I don't have to deal down there with them. I can go to the upper scale of Negro Nation and pull me one. And one of them women look like they could pass for something else. Get them, talk to them, get them to agree that they like him, which, you know, to be honest, that could be a show all by itself right there. I haven't hit play on nothing yet. And every single person in this chat can come to a conclusion of what Nesto sounds like, even when he just regular talking. Call me crazy, but Shirley almost was getting on to the boy like she was his mama, and told him that he need to do something about that damn laughing. Sonya's in that world. She hip hop. She rap. She drilling. She on that. Do you hear her? What up? What up? What up? Nesto fell in love with her. He fell in love with her. And we will, and we have, and the court did give me a continuation on that. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Now, putting that to the side here, I'm going to bust down this chat, and then I'm going to knock out what we are gathered here for on this ride to work. MJ said, way at the top, K-Factor, that's because he saw the family and friends realize he was not getting out and was full of shit and wasn't getting out and wasn't being honest with them. Okay, that's in response to why they disappeared. Not that she pushed them away. I'm going to argue that when we get back in court. Mo said Sonya was vowed by, let me hold on. Sonya was vowed by the black bag. I'm telling you, Kay, listen. What did I not say? They could have passed the bag. Hey, you pick out one, I'll pick out one. Let's get at it. Nevertheless, Sonya would have gave it to him on the first day had she not had the grandbaby. You know what that did to that man's ego? And he thought she was cute. If he didn't think she was cute from the word go, there wouldn't even been no conversation. All right, help me out with this. Where MZ at? MZ, Isis, Mo, or anybody else that catch this later. I have a question that I do not know the answer to. Do any of you know what kind of car Sonya had when she pulled up on him when they met? Other than that, I mean, he told Dion and Sonya. I told her to just go get her a little mini coupe, a little BMW, that little shit to him. So I'm trying to picture, because I know y'all stamped it down. Oh, she was going to be the next victim. She was going to. What pulled him though? I got in. Listen, we would agree more than we would disagree on once the conversation got going between them two. I'm talking about its sudden impact at the very beginning. What was it? I'm declaring he thought she was cute. She had a little bit of talk game. He did too. 15 minutes turned into an hour. An hour turned into an hour and a half. An hour and a half turned into 3 hours. And she bout that life. And y'all trying to tell me that man ego wasn't stroked. You tell me that man wasn't feeling. I'm talking about take the other part out. Just deal with the man, the human. He was intrigued. And she would have been about that life on day one had she not had the grandbaby. Therefore, day two, they own it. Sonya gives it. Here we go, MZ. Here we go. Sonya gives it to everyone on the first or second day. You know what? I don't. If we was in court on that, I probably would just adjust my tie, and the judge look at me, and I no comments, Your Honor. Sit my butt down on that one. That is a good possibility. Yep, but said she wanted to on the first day. Oh yeah. She on that. You only live once. Da 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 da. Ooh, I could go so many places with that. Like, because it is mighty, mighty. No, you know what? You know what? You know what? No, I don't think I really want. Let me see. Let me think real quick. Let me see. Can I throw this out there and y'all grab it? After that encounter, let me ask. Oh yeah, let me do it this way. Let me ask a question. Did anybody know or heard her mention from that first physical encounter, or maybe the second encounter, how much time was it had went by before she was in the hospital, i.e., her words, not mine, fighting for her life? MZ said, K Factor, you're taking Sonya's words for gospel. Look at all the lies she's told. You know I can't fight you on that. You know, and I know she's a liar. But at the same time, I mean, let me see how deep you are, MZ. Won't a person's lies tell you more about them than had they would have just told the truth? When they lies give you a little bit more insight on them than if they would have just told the truth in the first place. Inside of her lies is a thought process. Even if, I mean, shoot, I could think of one example I could go to. Let me thumb around here while I hunt with y'all for a minute. Where she'll make up something. Yeah, they told me, yeah, when I'm out, this guy, he told me I was cute. He told me I was cute. Now, I don't believe that anybody said anything to her in that club. I don't, right? I don't think so. But the reasoning behind why she told that lie told me even more about what she's trying to do with Nesto. That's why Nesto knows she be bullshitting him. There are some guys out there that'll get on her ass. What did the dude say on the phone call that I thought was just so off the chain? But what did that guy say on there? Why Nesto in there, She came up off of it on the second day. But I ain't talking about what she did. I'm talking about the ego stroking of what that did to Nesto. That's leading up to, as I think we said earlier, him having love for her. And as I was explaining in court last night, you cannot hold it against him that he was trying to diss her while on the phone. He was trying to protect his character. I mean, like his son Dion said, the only person that really know what's going on is you, Pop. That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm trying to scan over real quick to look for one of those quick examples where I know she's lying. You know she's lying. But I don't have to home in on the lie. It's the bigger picture surrounding the lie that'll catch my attention. Okay, an Audi. Okay, yeah. She claims she never used toys before. Did she now? Those young men she talked about being with might have been clients. What clients? MZ, what are you talking about? What kind of clients? Clients from where? A law firm? MZ, hold on one second. You're not buying that she's almost a step away from being a bona fide lawyer herself, are you? What clients? Young boys don't really like, the younger brothers don't go out there and just, here's a couple of dollars, let's, no. It don't work that way. No, it don't work that way. So I need to know what clients. Oh, please let me know what you mean on that one. I want to know. Inquiry minds want to know. Remember that advertisement back in the day? Anyway, which wouldn't do a thing for me. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about there on ISIS. I do not, but later she had a Mini Coupe and that damn scooter. Okay, I remember the scooter. That Audi is kind of ringing off in my head a little bit. I wonder, was it that big boy Audi? I'm not an Audi man, so I can't remember right off the bat. I know I saw one of them Audis. Listen, that thing was stretched so long. I was a big boy. Oh, what was the name of that Audi? Anyway, the reason why I'm asking about what was she driving, I'm trying to go to the other side. I'm trying to look at it out of y'all's lens to see if I can see where he said, "Oh dang, hey, you on that right there? Oh shit, you on that? Okay, okay. What you do for it? What you into?" That's the reason why I wanted to know. Other than that, I think just her being her, the way she looked to him. I mean, if there was 10 brothers in here and they're not gonna get kicked out the house or send their weekend into an uproar, and they could answer honestly, which one of them would, I mean, which one of them, if Sonya was sitting there in her Ghostbusters jacket or all that goddamn paint and shit on her face, or whatever, where would you rank her? Which, in other words, 10 brothers. Hey, bruh, if you walked in and she said, "Hey," would that trigger you? Would you, you know what I'm saying? Would you, or would you, because me personally, nah, I ain't even gonna be honest. The honest truth is, back in my day, if I was sitting out and I was at the club, I ain't gonna lie, I'd have been hiking on her forehead. I'd have been hiking on that shit, right? Number two, she wouldn't have caught my regular eye as a man. She's not dark enough. That's me though. You know what I mean? That's me. Nesto saw the opposite of what I'm talking. Did I not put it on the record last night? Don't never forget this. Men, we are moved by what we see. Cute face, big ass, big boy truck, big rims. The fight tonight. They were on the block. We go by what we see. Females, on the other hand, operate off of how they feel. Now, if somebody has evidence that that's not so, bring it forward. With that being said, and if that check all the boxes, meaning that motion itself has not and will not be denied, I want to use that on the record then. He was infatuated with what he saw. It moved on him. Yeah, Kay, he didn't really want to kiss her. He didn't know where her mouth done been. And she shook down on the second night or day and told him that it could have went down on day one had she not had the grandbaby. My man balling. Do you hear me? What they did with the items in the black bag, all that we don't catch it here or any of the other bloggers, we might be able to catch it on CNN. Don't know. Unless they subpoena her and put her ass up there in the chair and make her swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. So help her by one of those gods I showed you last night. Pick one. Hell, you could pull the dollar out your pocket. There's a God on there. They show you. They ain't hiding nothing from you. You know that dollar saying, God we trust. And then they show you what they talking about. Right? You see how deep this thing can go? But I'm going to stay on the surface for now. Nesto was feeling it. He was feeling her. But no, he wasn't finna be kissing her in the mouth. Please. I like you, though. I like you enough to where I done gassed up my RV. Class A now. Big boy. Looked like the goddamn Greyhound bus or something. And drove that big thing from god doggone Atlanta down to Miami. And I had people testifying up in there talking about that don't mean nothing. Say what? All right, then. That means something. That means something. Anyway, I was going to pull out. I know once I start going down that rabbit hole, once I go down that hole, I'll be stuck there. And that's not what we gathered here for today. That's not what we gathered here for today. We're not gathered here for that. It's the ride to work. It's 3 minutes before 7 o'clock. And I'm just now getting to what we actually was gathered here about. You read the title. Hopefully you read the description. Because and yeah, hold on, let me admit to something so won't nobody use against me in court. I know I have the right to remain silent. I could. And the reason why I would want to think about it is because anything I say or do could be and will be, if it goes against me, in a court of law. I have the right. If I don't understand what's going on, I don't understand these legalese. Not even the one Sonya be speaking. What up? Dismissal. Civil dismissal. And what up? And don't say nothing. I could get an attorney. Right? I might not want to go in there and try that shit by myself. No matter how many books I done read. How smart I may think I am. I might have to get me an attorney. Now here's where it becomes interesting. And this is kind of still dealing with Nesto. If you can afford one, that's mighty nice of them though. When you really think about it. If you can't afford one, that's good looking out right there. Imagine if you couldn't god dang on afford one, so then you get nothing. You just got to walk in there like Kunta Kinte. Huh? You going to be Kunta sitting up in there. Chains, Abercross around your neck, everything around your neck. But if you can't afford one, they'll provide one for you. That's good looking out. Nesto took them up on that. I know that man got to be sitting there thinking, had he would have, man, but you don't know what you don't know. Hey, baby, talking to Shirley now. Hey, baby, I don't know what's going on, but do me this favor and then get out the way. instead of chipping here and here, get me a blanket account, put me 70,000 in there. I'm going to go in and let them provide me with one. And then I'm going to use the one that they provide me with. I'm going to use him as a foot soldier. And that 70,000, baby, that there is what I'm going to use if it's necessary. And my foot soldier gives me a little bit of an idea of what they have on me, because some of y'all was right. Evidently, some of y'all a long time ago was getting on the Nesto. Y'all were getting on to him. He even comes back and somewhat mention it, or somebody mentioned it to him. I lose my memory right now. Nesto could have used that foot soldier because y'all were right. He didn't never start keying in. Sonya tried to lie for him when she was saying, what is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to answer a phone with, hi, hey, what's up, baby? I'm innocent. There are some things that they are going to use against him from the phone call. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's certain things he's ready to plead to. Is he not? There's a few things he's willing to plead to. I will always say, I repeat again, I will always say them entering into that truck was wrong. It was illegal. Someday, that might come back up again. MZ says, Nesto may go by what he see. Cars, clothes, conversation. Nesto may go by what he sees. Car, clothes, conversations about the money, though. You know, they put something on women. Oh, they gold diggers. They be, you know, they be hard on women on that, right? It's laughable to me. But then again, I'm older than what I'm actually am. I have a different life story. I had to kind of mature and I had to understand shit. Some things that people are just now arriving at, I arrived at 30, 35 years ago, right? It's rough when you're motherless. I say it's rough when you're motherless and you're on unknown land, right? With that being said, men are moved by what we see. Women are moved by how they feel. And if that checks the boxes, then yeah. MZ, when you say Nesto may go by that, what he sees, cars, clothes, so on and so forth. But that conversation going to be about money. MZ, why stamp that to just him? I mean, isn't that with the whole scheme of things that's going on outside the door? Is that not the second thing somebody wants to know? First, he cute or fine. She's cute or fine. After that's established, they got a job. Well, where you work at? Oh, for real? How long you been there? Huh? It don't work it don't go like that out and every day. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, maybe not. No, I'm just joking. Allegedly. I think so. Maybe I don't know. That's exactly how it goes. So yeah, the conversation being about money, that's his style. Regardless, look at him now. Now, Isa, that there is a fact. But in some of his cries, he told Sonya, man, I've been messed around and been here 4 or 5 years. And then he used somebody that's in there as an example. Did not a person sit in there 4 or 5 years, finally went to court, they threw it out, he went home? Is he not speaking in terms of as long as he's been in jail now, a lot of those other things they had him charged with should cancel out just because of the time he's been in there? So yeah. MZ says she won't mind lying on the stand. She doesn't believe in God. I heard her say, oh God. And it don't matter. With a praying friend and as a person as close to God as infamous Sylvia, you understand? And I'm talking about, I heard Sylvia say in a meeting of the bloggers, all that other going on with that other stuff, I didn't know nothing if that meant nothing to me. But at the end, Sylvia put it on the record. No matter what, I'm going to stay friends with Sonya. So when I came into this, my first thought was, oh yeah, Sylvia and Shirley Strawberry finna and Nesto. I know what it is though. I know what it is. I've been in trouble before. I seen how people, when they didn't have nothing else, they found them a God and swore by that God. And then got out, up jumped the boogie again, went back in, and the last I heard, they was asking the gods again and making a deal with the gods of what they were going to do when they get back out again. Let that rest with you, have it do. She won't mind lying on the stand. She doesn't believe in God. Yeah. I think the people that's even making you swear to it don't believe in it neither. It don't make sense. And if they do, it's not working. It's not working. K-Factor, he was making stops with his black bag along the way in other cities, not specifically for her. Either or. For him to do what? I'm gonna ride from Atlanta to Miami and make some stops in some small town and whatnot and shake a little something, huh? And then my final destination would be when I get to Miami. Okay. MZ, I'll accept that if you will accept in his mind and in his thinking, He saved the best for last. He saved the best for last. If that's the case, then if that's what he did, I'm talking about. Let me put her up there. Let me put her up there. He drove that RV, gassed that thing up, and let me read it again. K Factor. He was making stops, so he made stops along the way to Miami with his black bag. And I'm saying, if he did that, and I mean, when I say did that, I'm talking about made those stops along the way, he saved the best for last then. That's a long ass ride for somebody, he, whatever. I don't think so. I just says, MZ, he absolutely was. And that's what had her pissed when she got those phone records. Okay. Him and his little bag of tricks was rolling around for many. I mean, it's a black bag. When has a black bag? How would a black bag? Where would a black bag? Why would a black bag be for one specific person? No. I mean, it's evidence enough that he was doing his thing. I think this is where the court disagreeing with me. The justices don't want me to get it on the record. Although I will concede to that. He was jerking other women. He had a unique jerk for her. She said so. She said he kicked them other ones to the curb. He kicked her to the curb. That's what she said. Don't you get all crazy with me now. Don't get all crazy with me. I'm just telling you what she said. I don't know. I wasn't there. That's what she said. Maybe she was telling the truth. Maybe she was lying, allegedly. I don't know. Maybe y'all don't know. Maybe we all don't know. Maybe we do. I don't know. That's what she said, though. Well, girl said, for Sonya to be emotionless, she got emotions when she read them doctrine. Not the doctrine, those I know the word that you're trying to say there. I trust me, I mistype all the time. Those documents. And heard about them other women. Oh yeah. Oh, listen. She was on his ass about that. But at the same time, though, you want me to be honest? Can the K Factor be honest? Y'all gonna get me. See, this is one of them things where just tell the truth. It's better if you tell the truth. Well, I'm gonna tell the truth. The truth is, in one or two or three of Sonya's personalities, I think that shit turned her on. I think that shit turned her on. And it gave her something. Because see, Shirley's so smooth and calm. She don't like that. She don't like that Shirley's calm and didn't bring her up and didn't get on to him about the infidelity. You fucking dummy. Did not Shirley tell all of y'all early off? She wasn't finna be playing them phone games. Even when Nesto would get emotional. All right. Yes. Yeah. Honey, stop it. Yeah, you right. I can't. I'll be glad when I get out I'll be glad when I get out so I can talk. I can't talk. Yeah. Didn't Shirley tell them, I'm waiting for you to get out because we need to talk. We can't. And then she caught herself. What she really was finna say, why you on the phone talking to that? What did Dion say? That way they won't put it on me. What did Dion say? What you talking about? I'm talking about, for those of y'all that's been in court, what did Dion say? She talking to a married man. He don't trust her. And at the end, he called what? What did Sonya say? Yeah. That's what Shirley did. Not Shirley get on to him early part out of the blue. She caught him off guard. It seemed like you've been on the phone. I'm talking about, hey, listen, I'm a man. I done been cornered off before and couldn't come up with no words fast enough. That's how Shirley got on his ass. I see you been on the phone. Huh? No, see, I gotta wait for them to come down and get off the phone and da. Shirley let him whip. Man, let me go. Man, I am not even supposed to be on this right now. Man, I'm finna get on to what I'm supposed to be. Did not Shirley get on his ass? Did he try to rebuttal? How well did he do? He ain't do too well, did he? As a man, let me be the first to say, he ain't do too well. I was sitting there thinking like, God dang, I'm sure she could find out whatever she wanted to find out. But if I was going to lie, I'd have been like, yo, I got some of my goons out trying to get to the bottom of this. They putting some shit, something to that effect. Sonya told him he was doing good on the interview with Sylvia. When he ran his mouth and incriminated himself, and we had a ball laughing, she said, you're doing good, from her own mouth. Didn't she do so? That's how you supposed to end that right there, MZ. You're supposed to say, didn't she do so? Yes, she did. MZ says Sonya told him he was doing. Oh no, I already read that. What is this thing doing? Stop that. Hey, listen, thing. Stop that. Yeah, I just want to I want to read the chat. There you go. True. That is on my okay. That's true. He will have sat long enough for some charges to be satisfied. Yeah. As it is. Anyway, Sylvia said God sent Nesto a MZ. With that being said, hold on 1 second, chat. Let me get to work. So I often would go by infamous Sylvia, especially during the time when she was back home in New Jersey for me. Every morning, she be up on that bus. I be up getting ready to,